Anyone that has played with an engraver knows that you can buy those laminated pieces of plastic and engrave nice letters into that colored plastic. But what do you do when you want to engrave something nicer? I've been asked how to do aircraft-style panels, and this seemed like a good opportunity to show you. I'm building a simple little panel for my Cessna. It really could just be a flat sheet, but what's the fun in that? I drew up the panel in Inventor, set up some tool paths, and machined the 3-ounce panel from a block of 6061 T6 aluminum. Then I lightly sandblasted the panel and painted it with 3 coats of white sandable primer. Make sure you use high build primer or sandable primer. You're making a white layer to engrave into. I followed the directions with 2 light coats and then 1 medium coat. I probably should have sanded in between the coats, but this is good enough for what I want. I actually like the faint machined marks in the aluminum. After the white primer dried, I added a couple of coats of black top coat. A day later, I took the panel to the laser engraver. I captured a DXF of the lettering, and I set it up on the lasering software. This will be a scan type of cut, but I'm including the outline of the panel to help me line everything up. First, I'll lightly engrave the outline on a scrap of plywood. I should have used a flatter scrap of plywood, as you'll see the whole thing rocks a little bit later on. I have my laser cheated with a piece of tape so the door can stay open and you can see what's happening. After marking where to put the panel, I set the panel over the outline. Then I focused the laser head on the top part of the panel and lightly ran the lettering up on that part. It took several light passes until I was happy with the depth of the cut. I like using light passes because I can always stop and it's hard to put things back on. You can always take a little more off, it's hard to put it back on. I even ended up adjusting the amperage right in the middle of one of the cuts to compensate for slight paint unevenness, but pretty soon I had lettering I was happy with. Then I allowed the thing to come down to the lower side and I set the laser head down and focused it where it needed to be and engraved that. Again, I did a few light passes instead of one hard pass. Here are the final results, and I'm pretty happy with the panel. You can use this technique on just about anything you want to engrave on. Several layers of high build white primer and a contrasting top coat. Thanks for watching, and be safe out there.